Yeah, I'm just going to finish up this two-part series of the rebuilding the front end of the Datsun. So let's finish this up. All right, I got the strut tower in my basement sink. It was really rusty. And if I just give this a couple scrapes, you can see that rust just coming off. It almost turns in. It's kind of really, it's really cool. Look at that. And it's just really light. I'm not putting any effort into that. So like the other pieces, I'm just going to run over this with Scotch-Brite and some warm water, and you know, see how this comes out. See if I spin this around, get a better look at that. Yeah, I mean, before this is all scaly rust, and wow, look at that, it just comes right off. I'm really liking this. Look at that. That is pretty cool, I must say. All that scale rust that was on there, you can see, is now silver once again. Oh, but go over this with some warm water, some Scotch-Brite, and I'll take a picture of it when it's done, and add it to the video. And it's a really cool technique, I must say. The car is going to look pretty new. I'm almost kind of hate beating on it in the autocross. All right, I got this cleaned up. See, it's nice and shiny. There's a couple spots that still have rust on it. This had a lot of grease on it, so I didn't clean it before I threw it in the tank. So probably that grease acted as a shield to keep that, you know, so the water couldn't get to the rust. There's still a little bit on it. I could probably knock this off with the wire brush or a wire wheel because it's not that thick, but no sense putting too much extra effort in that. Just some little spots you can see here. I'm just gonna let the chemicals do their work. I'll put it in there for, you know, a couple more hours and just let the chemical electrolytic process work. This thing's got a little damage on it. Stuff that's revealed once you remove the rust. Look at that. I don't know, it looks like somebody was hacking on it or something. You see it came out, just stuff like in the crevices in there, and we'll let that work. It's just a little bit here and there. But it's just, for the most part, as you can see, it's just nice and smooth. It's metal again. And look, there's some numbers on there you can even read that you weren't visible before. So far, so good. This is doing really well. A little bit of rust is starting to form on that. I'm going to put some protection on that spindle there so it doesn't rust up anymore. Probably WD-40 or whatever the liquid stuff is called, but put a little grease on there to protect it. I'm just going to let it do the work to get the rest of this so I can get a nice fresh primer and paint on this. Alright, well, I let this soak a couple more hours and got the rest of the rust off it, and now I'm getting ready to put the primer on it. Came out pretty good. So definitely heck of a lot better than it was. But it's on the bare metal. So I'm getting ready to put the primer on here, and this electrolysis thing works pretty good. Alright, finished up the paint. Look at that bright and shininess. They came out pretty awesome. Pretty clean. As you can see, got the struts all together. Unfortunately, I didn't film that stuff, but I apologize. But got her together. I'm also adding some ST front and rear sway bars. This will stiffen up the front a bit, so I can take those corners a little better. Here's the rear sway bar. You can see they're much thicker. And put those on. I didn't have a video of that either. Shame on me. But you can see how nice that came out after everything it was put in place. I had a little dents on that strut, but it was straight, so no biggie. Got spring in there, everything new. Looks nice and tasty. Got the rotor on there, just standard rotors. I didn't get any drilled or slotted. It came out pretty nice. Here's a little some before and after photos. You can see, you know, what a rust bucket, right? Yeah, look at that, lovely, worn out, crusty. crusty as she comes, and, you know, looks good. Oh, before, and then after. And so, you know, we'll just take it out on the track next, right?
David comes across for a 31, 420, 31, 420 for David Labar. Franco Galvin on course. Grant Nether at the line.